Welcome back, everyone, and what's up to all of my fellow Scorpions out there? I am a Scorpio. So many placements in Scorpio, including my sun. So I'm very excited about this energy that is coming through. So if you want to watch the video, you can always go to our YouTube channel, 𝗦𝗢𝗢𝗏 Ministries. And for those that do not know, we have a podcast, Fueling the Flame podcast, on all major podcast platforms. It's been running strong for a couple of years now. Before we get started, I encourage you to check out the blog post. I have 8 in-depth questions for this Scorpio season to really help you dive into the deep, intense energy of Scorpio. And it just so happens, I just thought of this, that there's 8 questions, and Scorpio deals with the number 8, and that's the number of transformation. So you got to go over there and go check it out. It's at www.𝗦𝗢𝗢𝗏-ministries.org. So this month of November is very powerful, as we are in the Scorpio season, as forementioned. And this is the kickoff of the eclipse season. So we have several eclipses that are coming in over the next couple of months that's going to be very transformative in our lives. So, of course, when we think of the word transformation, we have to think of Scorpio. And Scorpio is the energy of transformation and transmutation. So a mutation is something that was once normal that goes through a process of becoming unnormal. So that unnormal is an enhancement. So with the collective, I really feel that we are going through a major transformational period in history. So we were born and incarnated in this moment of time to help the world transform. This is a very pivotal point in history with everything that's going on with the transformation of the economy, the transformation of healthcare, the transformation of like a lot of things. And on a personal note, with the transformation of our physical body. And the physical body ranges from our actual skeletal system and nervous system and the way how we look and the way how we feel, but more so about the emotional and spiritual body that's grounding into the physical reality. So as above, so below. So the number 8 represents as above, so below. And if you turn it on the side, it's the affinity sign. So continual regeneration. Every year at this point of the year, we dip into the deep, intense energy of Scorpio to emerge as something new. It's almost like a second wind. And as we emerge through this Scorpio season, we embark on a new start. And that new start doesn't necessarily start right in Scorpio season. It starts during Sagittarius season, which is going to come up on November 22nd. But moving on with this eclipse, which I will talk about in a moment, very briefly, we have a dedicated video to dive really deep into that topic. But some of the aspects that are coming up: Mercury leaves the shadow period on the 2nd. On the 4th, we have, of course, the Scorpio new moon, and I will have a separate message for that. But that happens in the 2nd decan of Scorpio. And this energy is ruled by the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is a card of the past, but bringing something from the past into the future. So one of the prominent messages that came through for this overall season is about you can't put something new into something old. The reconstruction of the temple. So the temple represents our body, and it's like I was saying before, not just our physical body, but our emotional body, our spiritual body, going through a transfiguration throughout those different scales of ourselves. I specifically hear scales. So with those scales, I'm not referring to the scales of Libra, but more so the scales of the snake. The snake goes through a process of shedding the old skin to allow the new skin to emerge from underneath of the dead flesh. So that dead flesh could represent anything in your life, something that does not serve you anymore, that you've been holding on to, but it's time to let it go. So throughout this season, you're going to be faced with different things that it's almost what I really see. I see like someone holding up 2 different things from out of your closet, like 2 different outfits. Imagine you with your girlfriend, you're going through your closet and she's holding up one outfit like, girl, do you want this? Can you still fit this? Do you still like this style? And you're like, well, I sort of kind of do, sort of kind of don't. And she's like, no, girl, that means that you don't like it. If you're not on fire for it, if you're not reaching for that outfit quite frequently, then girl, get rid of it. It's a time for rebirth. It's a time to remove the old out of the way to allow something new. So you're going through your closet, and this closet is representing your emotions, representing your thought patterns, representing your finances, representing your relationships, and you're doing an overhaul of this hypothetical closet. So you got to get rid of all of that old stuff that you don't wear anymore, all of the old stuff that doesn't fit anymore, so that way you can go on that shopping spree, on that spiritual shopping spree. And that spiritual shopping spree is going to bring in things that you really are on fire for. I know we're not in Sagittarius season, but this is the setup for Sagittarius season. Sagittarius is that fire that comes out of the lower regions, out of the belly, out of our heart. So all of this fire energy that's going to snowball throughout this Scorpio season, because Scorpio is going to remove all of the things that you're not passionate about. So that way, when you step into Sagittarius season, you can use your faith. You can really focus on things that you're really passionate about and really push forward with that. When I was writing the blog, the scripture came through so clearly from Mark 2:22. So that's already an activation number right there. We could spend some time on that, but I want you to really think about that number. Okay, so here we have an analogy, and it reads, "And no one pours new wine into old wineskins, otherwise the wine will burst the skins, and both the wine and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins. Before the new beginning, the old must die." So this whole analogy, or the parable that is mentioned in this scripture, is all about regeneration, rebirth. The divine spirit is saying you're not going to be able to fit your new lifestyle into your old mindset. You have to allow that old mindset to die out. Scorpio is ruled by the death card, continual transformation. And the story of Lazarus is that of a miracle and that of a death, burial, and resurrection. So the death of the old, you had to bury it, you had to leave it behind, and you resurrect as something new completely. I hear a complete new author, a complete new imagination. So as you go into the depth, represented by the grave of the mind, the subconscious, you go inside of that space and you rework your life. You work your magic there. And as you come out into the world, into the earth, into the visible, you're reborn, you're resurrected. So that new moon happens at 13 degrees of Scorpio. The Sabian symbol is an inventor experimenting with something, going down into your laboratory. Actually, before I even cut on the camera, I heard Dexter's Laboratory, which I don't really watch the show or anything like that, and those are not in my notes at all, but maybe that means something for someone. But going inside of your laboratory and working your magic, this could be you using your oils, your candles, your incense, your prayers, whatever it may be, and really set those intentions, because you have to have that clear vision so that you can recognize when the patterns and when the signs and synchronicities come up, when the opportunities come up, because they are going to come. Another thing about the death, burial, and rebirth is the shadow. So people may shy away from the shadow, but the shadow is just the hidden. It's just things that we have stuffed within ourselves. So like how I mentioned, check out the blog post for those 8 shadow questions, the questions dealing with this Scorpio season. And it's all about shadow work, all about childhood, things that you can really work on to really set yourself up for this new opportunity that's coming through. A few days after this new moon, we have Mercury moving into the sign of Scorpio. Even more darkness, okay? So don't be afraid of it. This is communication with the subconscious, communications with the true desires. On November 19th, the full moon in Taurus happens at 28 degrees, and that happens in the third decan of Scorpio, which is ruled by the 7 of Cups. And of course, you know, we will get into that energy, but the Sabian symbol for that is the king of the fairies approaching his domain. And I have a whole nother message for that, so I'm not going to get into that. So with this month, allowing ourselves to go deep within, allowing ourselves to see the unwanted, the hidden, the locked away, the rejected. This could even be how you really feel or have felt about your life at certain times. It's not for us to put on a happy face and just continue life as usual. With so much change that's happening all around us and within the world, it's time for us to step up to the plate and really transform. As a last reminder, make sure you do check out this blog post. It will be listed in the show notes as well as under the video. And if you want to check out the video, you can always do so by checking out our YouTube channel. All of the pertinent links will be listed down below. Just a few announcements. I am currently working on the Angel Lunar Planner for 2022 through 2023. So that will be up really soon. I have added on a lot of tools, a lot of information that will help enhance your spiritual practice, your daily spiritual practice. I also plan to make a video about the snake and the serpent, a spirit animal video. I haven't done one of those in a couple of months. I'm very excited about that because I love the symbology of the snake and the scorpion. And you know, I'm going to use tarot. You know, I'm going to go into that and alchemy, and especially the Bible references regarding those spirit animals. You can check out the playlist that I have for other spirit animals. I have quite a few of them. But I'm very excited about that. And yeah, so you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will talk to you guys on the next video. Until next time, be blessed. All right, peace.